Hello everyone, this is Pratik Grover sir from Methodology Maths by Pratik Grover sir. Our today's topic is rationalize the denominator. Now what do you mean by rationalize the denominator? Before starting to my topic, please if you have not yet subscribed to my channel, subscribe to my channel, support me as I am making the videos to make your concepts clear from the very basic and in depth. I am trying to make your chapter easy. Do remember to click that bell icon also to get a notification whenever I post a new video. So let us get back to my topic, that is rationalizing the denominator. Before understanding the rationalize the denominator topic, there are the basic some things which should be understood right away. First of all, we know that under root of any non-perfect square is an irrational number. For example, root 2 is irrational, root 3 is irrational, root 5 is irrational. We know that these are irrational. Now what will happen if an irrational number is added to an irrational number? Suppose you add root 2 plus root 3. Can they be added? No. To add to irrational number, the numbers under root should be same. It's just like thinking of an expression with variables. Consider these numbers under root as variables. So if it is root 2 and root 3, that means they are two different variables. So you cannot add two different variables. We know that they are not like terms. Similarly, take them as like terms and unlike terms only. As the number under root is not same, both numbers are considered to be unlike. So they cannot be added or subtracted. So root 2 plus root 3 will remain root 2 plus root 3. That is an irrational number only. It will not change its value. An irrational number and rational number. Suppose I tell you root 5 plus 11. If an irrational number is added to rational number, again we cannot add them. And we cannot subtract them also, because they are not like terms. Now, if I add an irrational number to rational number, the final answer is obviously this only. This is an irrational number. So whenever you add an irrational number to an irrational number, the answer will always remain irrational. If you add irrational number to a rational number, answer will remain rational. Answer will remain irrational. Now what about if you subtract? So if you subtract two irrational numbers, answer may be rational. It may be rational or irrational, depends upon the number. How could it be rational? Suppose if I tell you root 7 minus root 5, you cannot subtract them, it will remain irrational. But what about root 7 minus root 7? Two irrational numbers are getting subtracted, answer is 0, which is a rational number. So in subtraction, if two irrational numbers are subtracted, the answer may be rational or irrational. Now how to multiply a rational and irrational number? Okay, one more thing which is left. Subtraction of an irrational number and rational number. Suppose root 11 minus 3. Nothing will happen. As I have said, they are not like terms. Nothing will happen. Now what if both are like terms? Root of let us say 6 plus 3 root 6. Root 6 plus 3 root 6. As we can see, both the numbers have root 6. So they are like terms. They will be added. But same rule. What is x plus 3x? It is 4x. Similarly, root 6 plus 3 root 6 is equals to 4 root 6. 1 root 6 over here, 3 root 6 over here. So it will count to be 4 root 6. Similar thing happens with subtraction. In multiplication, no need to be find like terms like x and y. All the irrational numbers will get multiplied. Suppose root 3 will get multiplied with root 2. It will become root 6. So the numbers under the root will get multiplied and I'll get an answer under root of that number. Root 5 into root 7 will be root 35. Now sometimes what happens is we have an irrational number multiplying with a rational number. Then what will happen? Suppose root 11 into 3, answer will be 3 root 11. 3 will be outside the root. Similarly, suppose I say root 22 multiplied by root 33. Now, under the root, there are composite numbers. No doubt, the numbers are irrational, but they are composite numbers. In such case, what should you do? First, find the prime factorization of the composite number which is under the root. Root of 22. So that can be written as 2 into 11, root of 2 into 11 multiplied by root of 33, that is root of 3 into 11. Why I have converted them into prime factors is that if you multiply them, as you can see, 11 is forming a pair. If 11 is forming a pair, so it will come outside the square root sign, as we did in the 8th standard square root chapter. If 11 is forming a pair, 11 will come outside the square root sign, and under the square root only 2 multiplied by 3 remains. So if composite numbers are given to you, first find the prime factorization of composite number and then multiply, so that your answer becomes easy. So this will be 11 root 6. This will be 11 root 6. Same happens with the division also. Now, as you understood the multiplication, the addition, the subtraction of the numbers, I think so I can go to the point of rationalizing the numbers. First of all, just understand what do you mean by rationalizing the numbers. Rationalizing the number means multiplying a number, an irrational number, obviously a rational number nahi, an irrational number. We have to multiply an irrational number with another rational or irrational number so that the product becomes rational. Don't think of multiplying with 0. We don't have to multiply with 0 to make it rational. We have to multiply with another number to make it rational. So let us take an example. Here, what thing should be taken care of is whether the number given to is monomial, like root 2, root 3, root 5, or binomial, right, root 7 minus root 5, something like that. So if it's monomial, then what should you do? And if it's binomial, then what should you do? No doubt trinomial also comes, but that trinomial will be taught when we'll give you worksheet. In worksheet we have trinomials also. So first of all, for monomial, if I give you root 2, this root 2 is an irrational number. It should be multiplied to a number so that my answer comes out to be rational. Root 2 to be multiplied with a number such that the answer comes out to be rational. So what is that number except 0? Don't say 0. If you multiply root 2 with another root 2, root 2 with another root 2, this will become root of 4, answer will be 2. That means if you multiply two numbers, same irrational numbers, the answer is simply the rational form of that number, removing the under root sign. That is root 2 into root 2 will become 2. Similarly, root 11 into root 11 will become 11. In the same format, these are known as rationalizing factors. So root 11 is a rationalizing factor of root 11. Root 2 is a rationalizing factor of root 2. What about minus root 3? No need to make it positive. A rational number can be positive, can be negative. So just focus on the number which is under root. So just multiply it with root 3. The answer will be minus 3. Don't consider the negative sign. And don't ask the doubt whether the negative sign is inside the root sign. A negative sign cannot be inside the root sign ever. It will not be an irrational number nor rational number. It will become an imaginary number. So negative number will not be inside. the root side, it will always be outside the root side. Now, let us take one more case. 7 root 5. 7 root 5 is a monomial or binomial? Obviously, it's a monomial because they are getting multiplied. To rationalize this means to make this rational, I will multiply this number with only root 5. I will multiply this number with only root 5. Because 7 is already rational, we don't need to change that. We only have to change root 5. So I will multiply the whole number only with root 5. So root 5 into root 5 will become 5. 5 into 7 will become 35. So I hope so you have understood how to convert a monomial irrational number into rational number. Now what about binomials? Let us take the first example only. Root 7 minus root 5. These are binomials. You cannot think of multiplying them individually. मतलब आप ऐसा नहीं सोच सकते कि रूट 7 को रूट 7 से मल्टीप्लाई करते हैं और रूट 5 से रूट 5 से मल्टीप्लाई करते हैं. You cannot multiply them individually. So how to convert them into rational? Many of you will think, okay, let us first multiply it with root 7. After getting the answer, we'll again multiply with root 5, we'll get an answer. That is also not correct. In the single step, they both should become rationalized. So how to make them rationalize? For that, you should remember your identity of a square minus b square. If two numbers are added and same two numbers are subtracted and they are multiplied, means addition of two numbers and subtraction of two numbers are taken and they are multiplied, it will become first term square minus second term square. Same happens with the binomials. As we have root 7 minus root 5, if I multiply this number with root 7 plus root 5, see, the question was root 7 minus root 5. I cannot multiply them individually with root 7 and root 5. So I have to multiply with a binomial only. But the binomial should be such that both the numbers should become rationalized. So I have multiplied the binomial by just changing the sign in between. अगर क्वेश्चन में बीच में माइनस है तो यहाँ प्लस लिखना है, अगर प्लस है तो माइनस लिखना है. इससे क्या होगा, ये बन जाएगा ए स्क्वायर माइनस बी स्क्वायर. रूट 7 का स्क्वायर होता है 7 माइनस रूट 5 का स्क्वायर होता है 5. दैट इज ए स्क्वायर. ए स्क्वायर मतलब रूट 7 इंटू रूट 7. व्हाट इज रूट 7 इंटू रूट 7? 7. फिर बीच में माइनस आता है, कंपल्सरीली माइनस लिखा मैंने. ये माइनस था इसलिए माइनस आया, ऐसा नहीं है. आप कभी भी a प्लस बी और a माइनस बी को मल्टीप्लाई करेंगे, यू ऑलवेज गेट a स्क्वायर माइनस बी स्क्वायर. माइनस ही बीच में आएगा. देन व्हाट इज b? दैट इज रूट 5. इफ आई स्क्वायर द रूट 5, देन रूट 5 इंटू रूट 5 विल बिकम 5. सो योर फाइनल आंसर इज 2. नाउ लेट अस टेक वन मोर एग्जांपल. Root 11 minus 3. Root 11 minus 3 doesn't mean that you multiplied with root 11 and your answer will come out to be rational. It's a binomial. If it's a binomial, see, 7 root 5 was a monomial and that we didn't consider 7 because it was getting multiplied. Here 3 is getting subtracted. So we cannot neglect 3. It becomes a binomial. And to convert binomial irrational to rational, we have to compulsorily follow the rule of a square minus b square. So this will get multiplied with root 11 plus 3 only. So root 11. So I am changing the question. I am taking root 11 plus 3 over here and minus over here just to clear the doubts of some students that answer will always be in subtraction form. So first a square. What is a square? That is root 11 square, that is 11. Then compulsory minus. What is 3 square? 3 square is 9. Again my answer is 2. So hope you understood how to rationalize a number. This is known as rationalizing factor. So root 7 minus root 5, root 7 plus root 5, they both are rationalizing factor to each other. Similarly, these two are rationalizing factor to each other. Now, why we have learned this? We why we learned this? Because we have to actually rationalize the denominators. If there is an irrational number in the denominator, means you have to divide a number with an irrational number. We have already seen that the multiplication with irrational number is so difficult. So just think of what would be division be like. You have to divide a number with irrational number. So it is a very pretty difficult job. So we will rationalize the denominator so that our division becomes easy. Also, if I rationalize the denominator, that means my numerator will definitely become an irrational number. But if numerator become irrationals, that means we have to multiply irrational numbers. But if denominator become irrationals, means you have to divide irrational number. So we all know that multiplication is much easier as compared to division. So no doubt, changing the denominator from irrational to rational will definitely change the numerator, which was already rational, to irrational. So if numerator changes to irrational, that is not my major concern, because in numerator we just have to multiply it, and multiplication is much easier as compared to division. Also, if my answer comes out to be in root form, root 2, root 3, it will remain as it is. We don't have to substitute the values of those numbers in the question. I will be explaining this part using textbook sums only. So let us start with the exercise number 1.5 and we'll go further with that only. This is the first question of exercise 1.5. They have given us some number and we have to classify whether they are rational or irrational. I will be writing R for rational and I for irrational. 2 minus root 5. A rational number and an irrational number, they are getting subtracted. It will always be irrational number. 3 plus root 23 minus root 23. As you can see, this number, though it seemed to be irrational, but this root 23 will get cancelled out. If this root 23 will get cancelled out, that means only 3 remains. So that is rational. So this number is not irrational, this is rational. 2 root 7 and 7 root 7. This is the question. In this question also, as you can see, root 7 and root 7 will get cancelled out by division. The only answer will remain 2 by 7. That is also rational. 1 by root 2. No cancellation, nothing. Root 2 in the denominator. It will be irrational. 2 pi. We all know that pi is an irrational number. So this is also irrational. Our second question is, we have to multiply these brackets. One is 3 plus root 3 into 2 plus root 2. As you can see, we are given two brackets. So we have to multiply the first term of the first bracket with the whole bracket, second term of the first bracket with the whole bracket. So this 3 will get multiplied by 2, it will become 6. 3 will get multiplied by root 2, it will be 3 root 2. Root 3 into 2 will become 2 root 3, and root 3 into root 2 will become root 6. All were positive, so my terms came out to be positive. Now in this answer, nothing is like term. 6 was the only constant. This is 3 root 2, 2 root 3 and root 6. As I have said, that irrational numbers has to be taken as variables. Root 2, root 3, root 6, all are different variables, all are different numbers, so they are different, they cannot be added. So this is your final answer. Don't add or do anything with it. Second question is simple. It is a square minus b square. I have already explained in my examples how to solve that, so I will not be doing second and fourth, they both are same. I will be doing third. It is root 5 plus root 2 whole square. As you can see, this is a plus b the whole square. If it is a plus b the whole square, you can opt anything. Either directly apply a square plus 2ab plus b square, or open, write in this way, root 5 plus root 2 multiplied by root 5 plus root 2. Either you can write in this way because it's square, square means they are getting multiplied twice, or directly apply a square plus 2ab plus b square. If I multiply in this way, this root 5 will get multiplied by root 5, that is 5. Root 5 will get multiplied by root 2, that is root 10. 5 into 2 in the both are in the root sign. So I have told earlier that they can be multiplied. So 5 into 2, 10, and root sign I kept, plus second term of the first bracket, root 2 into root 5, that will be again root 10. Root 2 into root 2, that is 2. Now as you can see, 5 and 2, they both are rational numbers. So 5 plus 2, it will become 7, plus root 10 plus root 10, they both are like terms. So this will become 2 root 10. Now they cannot be added. This is your final answer. The one more thing I want to explain over here is, as you can see, it is root 5 plus root 2 whole square. That doesn't mean that 5 plus 2 7. It is whole square. So you have to apply the identity a plus b the whole square, जिसमें बीच में 2ab भी आएगा और वो irrational का irrational रहेगा. तो डोंट जस्ट मग अप द थिंग्स के a प्लस बी होल स्क्वायर मतलब a स्क्वायर प्लस बी स्क्वायर हो जाएगा. रूट 5 का स्क्वायर और रूट 2 का स्क्वायर लिख दोगे तो आंसर आ जाएगा. वो आपका आंसर रॉन्ग हो जाएगा. तो प्लीज पे अटेंशन व्हाइल आई एम एक्सप्लेनिंग दिस. रूट 5 प्लस रूट 2 का होल स्क्वायर विल बी रूट 5 स्क्वायर प्लस 2ab प्लस रूट 2 स्क्वायर, and we'll get this final answer as this, which is also an irrational number. Fourth is again similar type of a square minus b square, so you can do by yourself. Third question says that pi is defined as ratio of circumference. Pi is given as ratio of circumference to the diameter. This ratio was actually taken out by many scientists. I am explaining how we got that. Take circles of different shapes, but different sizes. Sorry, not shapes, different sizes. Big circle, small circle. As you know that diameter is constant. We know if I tell you to construct a circle, the first thing and the last thing you will demanding from me is radius. Sir, give me the radius, I will construct the circle. But by giving the radius, actually I am giving you the diameter of the circle. So this diameter is known to us. Circumference is never known to us. Okay, so scientists have proven this, that whenever we take a circle with a uniform diameter, the ratio of the circumference to the diameter is equals to a constant value. Ratio of the circumference of a circle to the diameter is always a constant value. That constant value is pi, which is an irrational number. Pi is an irrational, that ratio is irrational. But we have learned that if anything can be written in ratio form, it cannot be irrational. Ratios are always rational. Fractions are always rational. So how come pi is irrational? The answer lies in the C. This ratio, this fraction, no one has told that both the numbers in the numerator or in the denominator are integers. Actually, the circumference of a circle is always irrational. If the circumference of the circle is irrational, then irrational upon rational will become irrational. So the answer to this question is that no doubt, see, I'm dictating the answer. So if you want to write, you can write in the notebooks and maintain a report of this. No doubt pi is the ratio of circumference to diameter, but circumference of a circle is an irrational number. So due to that, an irrational number is divided by a rational number, so answer will be irrational. That is why no doubt pi can be written in fraction form, but it is also an irrational number because the numerator is irrational. सो अभी बच्चों के मन में डाउट आ रहा होगा, तो सर हम जो अभी तक 8th में फाइंड करते थे, तो सर सर्कमफ्रेंस की तो वैल्यू आती थी, वो सर्कमफ्रेंस की वैल्यू क्यों आती थी? उसका रीज़न यहाँ देखिए. ये सर्कमफ्रेंस हर एक सर्कल का होता है, पर हमने फाइंड करने के लिए फॉर्मूला क्या लगा दिया, हम इस d को ऊपर ले गए, तो c हो गया पाई d, d के बदले हमने लिखा 2r, तो ये हो गया 2 पाई r। मतलब सरकमफ्रेंस फाइंड करने के लिए हमने पाई का यूज किया। अब पाई की वैल्यू हमको सिखाई गई है 22/7 और 3.14। We have been taught the value of pi as 22/7 or 3.14. These both values are actually not the accurate values of pi. They are just approximate values of pi. The nearest form, the nearest values, जिससे हमको सिर्फ आंसर मिले। तो अभी तक जो हमने सरकमफ्रेंस फाइंड किया है वो सारे के सारे सरकमफ्रेंसेस आज की एज तक आपने अपनी उम्र में जितनी बारी फाइंड किया है वो सारे के सारे सरकमफ्रेंसेस अप्रॉक्सीमेट वैल्यूज थे, दे वर नॉट द रियल वैल्यूज। तो अगर हमने पाई को अप्रॉक्सीमेट वैल्यू लग दिया इसलिए सरकमफ्रेंस भी हमारा अप्रॉक्सीमेट हो गया। दैट इज वाई द सरकमफ्रेंस वी आर राइटिंग इज ऑलवेज अ प्रॉपर फॉर्म। हमको ऐसा लगता था कि हम उसको लिख रहे हैं पर एक्चुअली वो गलत आंसर होता था, हम उसकी सिर्फ अप्रॉक्सीमेट वैल्यू लिखा करते थे। नाउ लास्ट क्वेश्चन ऑफ दिस एक्सरसाइज, द फिफ्थ क्वेश्चन, which is the most important question, that is rationalizing the denominator. My first question is 1 by root 7. To rationalize the denominator, only focus on the number which is in the denominator. You have to rationalize only this number. As you can see, root 7, it's a monomial. If any number is a monomial, to rationalize it, I have to multiply with the same number under root. So I am multiplying the denominator with root 7. But the value of this fraction will change because only denominator is getting multiplied. Numerator is not getting multiplied. I have to keep the value of the fraction also equal. So if I am multiplying root 7 in the denominator, root 7 has to be multiplied in the numerator also. So 1 into root 7 will become root 7 upon root 7 into 7 will become 7. No doubt you will say, sir, one irrational number from the denominator has moved to the numerator. So what is the difference it made? No, it made a huge difference. Root 7 in the numerator मतलब it is getting multiplied. Multiplication easy होता है rather than division. यहाँ पे root 7 division में था. root 7 से divide करना बहुत मुश्किल है. Actually 7 से divide करना मुश्किल है. वो बहुत हमको क्या बोलते हैं नॉन टर्मिनेटिंग रिपीटिंग डेसिमल देता अगर सिर्फ 7 भी होता तो। यहाँ तो रूट 7 था, मतलब ये तो और भी डिफिकल्ट और इम्पॉसिबल, नियर टू इम्पॉसिबल जैसी चीज़ हो गई। सो वी हैव कन्वर्टेड द न्यूमरेटर इनटू इरेशनल विच इज ईजियर क्योंकि मल्टीप्लिकेशन ईजी होती है rather than the denominator. Second question, 1 by root 7 minus root 6. As you can see the denominator, it is a binomial. If it is a binomial, I have already told to rationalize this, we need to change the sign in between these two numbers, that's it. So to rationalize root 7 minus root 6, I just need root 7 plus root 6. But again, if I am multiplying this in the denominator, the numerator should get multiplied with the same number, that is root 7 plus root 6 in the numerator also to make the fraction same. 1 into this number will become root 7 plus root 6 divide by, this is a minus b into a plus b. A minus b into a plus b will be a square, that is root 7 square, that is 7, minus b square, that is root 6 square is 6. So this will be, numerator will be as it is, root 7 plus root 6, but the denominator will be 1. So your final answer will be root 7 plus root 6. Now the third one I am giving as homework to you. I am doing the fourth one. चलो जगह थोड़ी है मेरे पास, यहाँ पे थोड़ी छोटी जगह पे हम कर लेते हैं, मैं सारे कर रहा हूँ. 1 upon root 5 plus root 2. To rationalizing, we know that root 5 minus root 2 will be required. Same numbers with the change denominator. So root 5 into root 2 will be get multiplied in the numerator also. So in the numerator it will be root 5 minus root 2. 1 into any number is the same number. In the denominator it will be root 5 square, that is 5, minus root 2 square, that is 2. So final answer is root 5 minus root 2 upon 3. Fourth question, 1 by root 7 minus 2. In the denominator, it's a binomial, but as we can see, there is only one irrational number. Don't make a mistake to just multiply it with root 7. I have already explained, if no matter if it's a binomial, we have to consider a square minus b square only. So root 7 plus root 2 will be multiplied. Root 7 plus root 2 in the numerator. 1 into root 7 plus 2, that is root 7 plus 2. In the denominator, it will be root 7 square, that is 7, minus 2 square, that is 4. So answer will be root 7 plus 2 upon 3. Hope this made you understood. I am taking one more example which is not in the textbook. That is required just to explain one thing. 1 by 7 root 5. It's a monomial. If it's a monomial, only the number with the irrational form has to be multiplied. Don't multiply with 7 root 5. 7 is already rational and it's a monomial. I've already explained that in monomial, only the number with irrational form has to be multiplied. So root 5 is multiplied in the denominator. In the numerator also root 5 will get multiplied. So answer will be root 5 upon root 5 into root 5 is 35. Root 5 into 5 is root 5. 5 into 7 is 35. This is my final answer. Hope you understood the exercise 1.5 also very properly. If not, please let me know in the comment section that which sum made you scratch your heads. Okay, and let me know your doubts. I'll be solving them as appropriate. Thank you for joining today. Don't forget to subscribe my channel. We'll meet in the next video with the last exercise of this chapter, that is exponents and powers. Thank you.